Siyanbade here, Houston-based attorney and host of Ask Temi Live, where we discuss the best ways to establish your business, protect your name, and keep your profits. Today's question of the day is another podcasting one. It's a really good one. Essentially, it is, should I start an LLC for my podcast? Great question that gets asked all the time, so let's jump right in. Short answer is yes, if you want it to be a business. And we'll break it down. I mean, I guess there are a few limited instances. If you're asking that question, it sounds like you probably should. So let's talk about why you shouldn't. Like if it's just a hobby and you have no plans on trying to get it monetized and you're just chilling and you have no desire to talk money at all. And maybe also you're broke, right? Those might be decent reasons not to, perhaps. But for the most part, I would say yes. And here are the reasons why I would say yes, you should form an LLC for your podcast. This is especially true for people who are trying to make it a business. Essentially, if you do this, the first reason I would say is that you get some potential tax benefits. Now, if you are just a sole proprietor, that means you don't do anything. You just open up and you start recording and you don't actually form an LLC. You're not able to do anything strategically with your taxes and planning. But if you are strategic about it and you form an LLC, that now opens you up to all these various options that could save you thousands of dollars on different types of taxes and help you keep more money or keep your profits in your pockets, right? Ooh, that rhymed. Keep your profits in your pockets. Okay. The other reason why I would say you want to do this is for the liability protection. One of the amazing things about your LLCs is that it creates a separation between your personal assets and your business assets. So if there was some type of engagement, let's say you have workers, you have a video editor or a podcast editor that you're working with, or people that you're entering into contracts with that are helping you in the production of this podcast. Like you just need to know you're already opening yourself up to risk. Working with people is risky inherently. Right? But let's say somebody decides to sue you. Well, if you have not created that separation between your business and yourself by something like an LLC, then they can go after your personal assets. So you can't say, oh, the money here is limited to just what's in the business. No, your money in your bank is also on the line. And so that's another reason. Another reason why I think that this is important is for your business and brand credibility. There's something about knowing that someone has taken the time to invest in creating an actual structure that makes them a little bit more credible if you're trying to engage. So if, for example, you're seeking out sponsors for your podcast, right? And you're seeking out really great speakers, maybe you're having interviews and it's not just you by yourself, but you're trying to engage and get really powerful people in the industry or in your sphere of influence on your podcast. Those instances, I would say this is another reason why you should invest in your business. Treat it as seriously as you want your guests or your audience to treat it as well. And then finally, and I think it's related to the last thing that I said, is for your own psychology, right? I want you to think about your business as a business. Until you start to do that, it's always going to be a hobby. It's always going to be second best. It's always going to be something that's just kind of there. But when you invest, when you know you've paid a price, when you know you've made it something official, when you've done the work, oh, it's a different ballgame. You're telling yourself more than anybody else that you are serious about what you are doing. So essentially, if you're serious about your podcasting, if this is not just a hobby, it's not just a side thing, it's not just something to do to fill your time, then you have your answer. Now, this was a fun video to create because I love helping people as they are starting out to navigate their businesses and their brands. And to that end, we have created a free resource. It is the Level Up Your Business and Brand Action Checklist. And we want to invite you to download it and access it. It's a great resource that outlines exactly what I've done with my clients to help them establish their businesses, protect their names, and keep their profits. So I'm going to make sure that there is a link to that in the description below, but you definitely want to check that out. Also, if you want to follow me, not in real life. Please don't follow me. But on social media or on YouTube, the handle is the same, TOS Legal. It's also the website. So you can find out information about what we're doing as a law firm. You can get exclusive access to some of the private programs that we do. We do a lot on YouTube, but we also do certain things that are just for our friends, our buddies, our clients who have signed up for this checklist and signed up to kind of keep in touch. So make sure you do that. And then finally, what are some of the topics you all are interested in hearing about? On this channel, I'm always talking about the law, and I love the law. I'm a lawyer. It's great. But I also love things like leadership, and I love things like business, in terms of like business strategy. So not just the legal side. Like we could have a whole conversation about, again, we kind of did about LLCs and, the psychology behind it. These are the things that kind of geek me out, like I'm a little bit of a nerd about. So let me know what you want us to talk about, because I'd love to explore some additional topics. You might see some new content coming along those lines. So let me know. All right, that's all. I've clearly been speaking for a while, and I can't wait to talk to you soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.